The Canadian Taxpayers Federation says there was not only wasted taxpayers' money when it came to the oversupply of vaccines, but also for a huge amount of money given to ineligible recipients at the height of the pandemic. Franco Terrazzano, Federal Director of the CTF, joins us now from Ottawa to talk more about the Auditor General's report, which discusses the waste in more detail. Franco, how much are we talking about in overpayments?
So right away, we see that $4.6 billion was given to ineligible recipients. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, because then you have at least another $27.4 billion in suspicious payments. So you add that together, and we're looking at about $32 billion given out in suspicious payments or to ineligible recipients. $32 billion. Let's put that into perspective, okay? Because for $32 billion, you could build more than 30 hospitals across Canada, or you could essentially cover the entire federal tax bill for the province of Saskatchewan for 3 years. So this is a huge sum of money that was paid out in suspicious payments or to ineligible recipients.
So who did the Auditor General identify as ineligible when it came to CERB or support payments?
In the Auditor General report, it lists a few different types of groups of people that I think Canadian taxpayers need to know who ended up getting money. There was $1.6 billion to people who looks like they quit their job instead of actually losing their job because of what was going on with COVID-19. Then there was $6.1 million given to people who were in jail and $1.2 million given to dead people.
Wow. Will the money be paid back by those who are not eligible to receive the funding in the first place?
That's a good question, right? Because taxpayers shouldn't be on the hook for people who are ineligible. But I think we have to make a distinction between two types of groups. If there are people who specifically try to game the system, then they absolutely need to be held accountable, and the government needs to get that money back. Now, other people who may have just made a mistake, well, the government still has to get the money back. But the CRA does need to be as accommodating as possible with those group of people, and just understanding that right now is a very difficult time for many Canadians.
Thanks so much, Franco. That was Franco Terrazzano, Federal Director of the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, joining us from Ottawa.